Hi, welcome back to another build your own idbox 3D printer by Deagostini. This is pack 3. I've had to hunt around for some parts, but finally find some spaces for the limit switch. So you get the back panel we started last time, and you find this slot above the power supply stroke noise filter, and these two holes here. So we do turn it so it's that way round, and then put that down for a minute and get the final limit switch. I think it's the final anyway. If it isn't, I'll bug this is no one else I can find. I have to take the whole lot out of the back box to find it. Then put screws through and spacers, like so. And then you drop all the bleeding bits again. I don't learn, do I? Right, put spacers back on. Then you find that hole, them two holes I said earlier. There you go. And you poke them through so that the prongs are pointing downwards like that. Turn it over and put a washer and a nut, both sides, both screws. How's everybody today? Is everyone doing good? The weather's a bit rubbish today. It's a bit rainy, a bit cold. I know if you don't live here in England, I think most people watching these videos are from England, but we have the reputation of talking about the weather all the time. It's true. We do talk a lot about the weather because it's rubbish here usually. But then you just screw it up loosely. They'll be tightened up later. And then that's that. Yeah. That's the second limit switch on the back. Make sure it's about level. Better than it being level than not, because otherwise it might mess up results of the up three. Put it back the way it usually would be. And then what you do, you get this, which is a reinforcement plate. Obviously it had all the backing on it. I'll take it off before I came on here, so it's a lot easier. Now we do take the back plate again. You put the fan at the bottom left, and there's these 4 screw holes right here, and a hole. See, that's where it goes here. Can't miss it. Then where'd it go? Put in 3 screws for them. Turn them over, push this through. Right, so you screw. Right, the plate goes on the outside. So, alright? Yeah, plate goes through this side first. So you get four screws again. These are 14 mils. Double check the screw size of the screws when you put them in. It's easier, especially if you're getting a kit like I do. Double check that the noise filter is on the bottom right, and then put the reinforcement plate. This is for the spindle holder for the filament. So you turn it upside down. Again, you put a washer on each screw and a nut. Now the next stage, stage 9, is the most difficult part. Well, I'll say not the most difficult part, but it's going to be the most lengthy part. There's 26 screws, nuts and washers, and we're putting the idbox together near enough. So it's going to take a long time to do the next part. I won't be filming all of it. I'll film some of it, then tell you how to do it, and then you've got to do screws up a certain way, in a certain order, according to the magazine. So that'll be fun. So you finger tightness, tighten them only by finger tighten, it says. It's a bit stupid considering you're doing it up by a screwdriver, but anyway. So just tighten them up slightly, make it nice and level, and then that's it. That's stage 8 done. You see there's reinforcement plates where the, as I said, the filament, the POA or ABS will go through, or no, be held on to. That's it, just double check your work, make sure the fan's on the left, noise filter's on the right, and this is on the fountain light. So okay, I'll be back with you once I'll get all the bits ready for the next part. There's a lot to do. So here we go again. Maybe a minute, not even a minute between that, but it took me a long time. So what you do, you get the base, the bottom panel. Now so these are on my right like this, and this is the inside of the box, by the way. Then you get the left hand side panel, and you got these big brackets here, and you got to have the narrower side on the opposite side of where you are. So this is that way and this is that way, and then you put the bottom panel into the left hand side like so. You can't see much of that, but it shows you get the right hand panel, which is this one, and you put it on the opposite side like so, and drop it on. And then you get the front panel, the idbox logo, and you place that on top with the slots line up with the left hand side and the right hand side, so that it looks something like that. Yeah. Then you turn it so the left limit switch is on your right. It's easier said than done to show what this is like, but I'll put this up maybe a bit more. Actually, there, that's a bit better, I think. Yeah. So the limit switch is on my right. You get a massive bag of screws. As you see, all the bag of screws, 26 nuts and screws. Washers. Then you get one nut and you put it in the first hole just above the limit switch on the right hand side. Try and make sure it's in there neat. Don't force it in, you might break it. Other than that, obviously the everything else. Might need a pair of tweezers to put this in here. Make life a bit easier maybe. No glue needed for this one. It should go in here, no problems in theory. It's not going from that side. There'll be a paint in the back side here. Okay, back with you in a minute. Once you've done them, 4 or 3 screws, you turn it round so the base is on your right and the left panel's in front of you. You do exactly the same, so you put 3 nuts and 3 screws on this side. I'll do that off camera and I'll put that in a minute. Yeah, so what you do is you have it that way just now, to the left panel. You've done the 3 screws up, you turn it so the front panel is in front of you, this idbox is in front of you, and this bracket at the bottom is in front of you, so you've got the base towards you. Complicated, I know. And then you put 2 nuts and 2 screws here and here, and I'll do it off camera, so I'm going to show you that. That's them 2 screws in. So then what you do is work out what way's which. It's easier said than done. Alright, so you put the limit switch panel, which is the right panel, downwards, and you turn it this way. That's it. So limit switch is the bottom right, top right, like that. So you've got 2 nuts, holes and screws up here. Yep, you do that, and I'll be back with you in a second done. So now you do is you turn it over again, the panel you just had in front of you. So that went up. So you've got the limit switch at the top left now. And again, you've got 2 screw holes here. This is so stupidly complicated. So many screw holes and so many nuts and here, there and everywhere. But as long as you try and match the picture in the magazine to where you're doing it, then you should be alright. Alright, go and do this with camera, back in it, that's that done. You turn it so that the base is towards you like this and the bracket's up the top right. And you put a nut in the 2 nuts in the corner here, 2 nuts in the corner over here, and 4 nuts in the bracket. Let me see where 4 nuts go in the top of those brackets. Oh yeah, so 4 nuts in the top bracket here as well. It'll take a little while to do, won't it? Okay, so I'll do that in a minute. Wait. Right, so put all 4 nuts, 4, 8, 10, 12 nuts in. You have it to the bottom panel the same way you were earlier. And you get the back panel. Make sure the wire for the fans there, and left fan on the left, and the noise filter on the right. And then you just line up the holes, and it all slots in place quite nicely like that. Then panel top panel fit projection. Put the screws there, washers over again, and then through the screw holes and turn it tightly with nuts. 30 to 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The screws and the nuts you just put in on all these 4 panels. That'll take a while to have it done. So all the screws are in the back there like that. It's coming together quite a nice weight together. So now you put another 2 screws and nuts here and on this side as well. So that should be 24 screws and nuts altogether. Surprisingly, I thought it would be all 26. You've got a couple of spares of each, so I'll do that and I'll be back with stage 10 after that. Right. So what you do is get this clear spanner. I don't know why they used polycarbonate for it, but what you do is you get the smallest hole and put it on the limit switches and tighten them up, not too tight, but tight enough. Making sure the limit switch is nice and level. Do that with all 3 of them. Right, this is going to be the last, not the last part, but it's the last few stages of this issue, this pack. Well, I've not done this pack, so it's coming together now, isn't it, the idbox. If you want to ask me a question or want to know where this come from, let me know in the comments and I'll answer it. I answer every question I see in the comments. I like them as well. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, just hit the subscribe button. And if you've got a channel, I'll subscribe to you too. I really like returning favours, so it's the best thing I find to do always. Right, so that's them done up. Make them nice and parallel to each other, to the walls. And then what you do is you have it so that the front is facing you like this, and you get this, which is the, we call it assembly jig. Another big bit of clear plastic. And you have it CD, you got this indent up here. It's the only side with an indent on it, so you can't get it that wrong. And then you put it on top of the box you just built. You push down in the corners first, it says. Like so. Then push it in place. If it don't go in, then it says to loosen some of the screws on the bit you've done already. So that's in place. Now make sure that crescent is over opposite there like that. Now you've got to do them all the screws you've done up, all 24 of them in a certain order. That's just fun. So I'll show you this instead. So you do 1, 2, so on and so forth, all 24 up bit at a time. So that's going to take a long while. So you do one a bit, then two a bit, and so on and so forth. Keep going and keep going and keep going for a long time until you've done it all. That's going to be a while to do. I'll be back with you in a minute. Oh, 10 minutes probably at this rate. That's all the nuts in. I've put the 8 screws in there already, and you do them up again in a certain order, like this magazine says here. And then once that's done, that'll be stage 10 done, and I'll be back with stage 11, which is a nice quick one. I've been done. Is that done? That's that idbox all put together for now. Got some weight to it and something finished it. It's just a polycarbonate on it. So that'll be done for now. So we put that to the side, and what you do is you get this, remember this from before, the game stage bit. Girlfriend said. It's weird, one of these screws were loose. I don't know why it was a bit odd when doing up properly, but it's alright now. So you have it so the brackets, reinforcement plates are up, face up like that, and the 3 holes are in front of you. Then what you do is you get this big nut, screw and washer. And you get the nut, you put it through the middle hole like so. Like that. And you can make it level as possible, so like this, so that the straight edges are parallel to the thing. You put washer on the top, and the big nut, just like me. I say that every time, don't I? Bad joke, I know. Then you get the weird span it gave you before. Oh, gives you an Allen key, don't even need the Allen key. You just do that up. You say tightly, stand the base on its side, tighten it like that. Using a large cotton span, hold the lead screw nut and stop it rotating while you tighten the span clockwise. Now fix in place and firm the base, stops in place. And it's not lined up. So what you got to do is just try and keep that level, which is easier said than done. So if you start it so it's wonky at first and then you do it up, it should straighten up in theory. He says. Nope, it's not doing it. Anyway, so try and do it up so that loosely like there first. So by the time you've done it up, it should, in theory, bring it straight. Like so, yeah. Like that. Just a bit of adjusting, and that's it. That is pack 3 done. We've done quite a lot this issue, this pack 4. We've got the idbox all together. Done a lot of the plate of the bed of the printer. This has come loose a bit, so I tighten it up. So this will go here roughly in the box. I'll put that in there just to keep that safe. And that'll be done. That's it. Probably won't be too long till the next video comes out. Now I've got the internet as well, so See you soon, a few days maybe, next tomorrow. See you soon.